Ready? Start. Sir, regarding the first part of the observations made by the honorable member arising out of the comments of Professor Gargill, as I remember, there were 3 points. Firstly, that the Planning Commission had not developed appropriate criteria, and secondly, that it had not worked out the annual plans with appropriate backups. Stop. These were two things, and then there was another question about the Planning Commission mixing up with the policies of government and not giving proper advice or submitting to wrong policies, and also that the Planning Commission did not watch the progress of the plan even in its broadest elements. Stop. Next, there are fairly grave charges. Stop. It is up to the Planning Commission to say what answer it has for these things. Stop. Regarding annual plans and breakups, sir, honorable members here are familiar with the annual plans and that the central and state governments base their annual budgets on annual plans after a very careful examination of all aspects and after discussions, prolonged discussions between the state and the central ministries. Stop. All the material that is available is pressed into service. Stop. To that extent, Professor Gargill's charge is not correct. Stop. About criteria, the complaint may be true because it takes experience, time, and technical tools to develop the criteria and the yardsticks. Stop. Though we have made some progress in this direction since the first plan was got ready, I do not think that we can be or should be satisfied with the progress that has been made. Stop. Next, regarding the other thing, the question of watching progress by the Planning Commission even in general terms, and that it was not able to check certain gross errors and distortions that may be taking place. Well, I can vouch for the Planning Commission having done its part in this respect adequately and correctly, because I have in mind a certain aspects of the duties and responsibilities of the Planning Commission about which there cannot be complete justification. For example, on the question of foreign exchange resource. Stop. There was the question of import license which were issued, regarding which some honorable members said that they had been issued on a lavish scale over a certain period. Stop. It is quite true, and a statement was laid on the table of this house about these licenses and an explanation was given. Stop. Even that explanation did not deny that somebody was responsible for it. Stop. Next, we may say that it was the responsibility of the Finance Ministry or the Commerce and Industry Ministry, but the responsibility of the Planning Commission cannot entirely be disjointed stop. This is something which I have in my mind, but I also know hundreds of things to which the Planning Commission diligently applies itself, watches, informs, and conveys its advice on many matters. Stop. It does so from day to day. Stop. What Professor Gardjil has said about the Planning Commission may be partly true, but not largely so. Stop. And regarding the kind of policies it is debatable. Proud. Stop. It may be that with some policies Professor Gardjil agrees and not with certain other policies. Stop. Therefore, when the Planning Commission aligns itself with certain policies of the government of helps the government of formulated policies in a certain manner, and if those policies somehow do not coincide with the viewpoint of a particular person, for him to say that the Planning Commission has succumbed or has subordinated its judgment is not a good and correct thing. Stop. It really is throwing doubt on the integrity of the Planning Commission. Stop. Next. Sir, the Honorable Member quoted from an article by Professor Galbraith and observed that the socialism to which this government is committed in this country is elevation. Stop. He is not a protagonist of socialism himself, and he explained those aspects. Stop. That is, we here in India have much less of regulation of the economy than is the case in countries which have no plans at all. Stop. We are unable to direct our economy even to the extent as is being done in countries which do not lay any claim to socialism. Stop. That is the main content of Professor Galbraith's article. Stop. For what purpose he said that is not the question here. Stop. He said that in advanced countries they have tools and instruments for controlling and directing the economy on lines compatible with certain objectives. Stop. It is true that we have not got all these tools and instruments sufficiently well developed in this country. Stop. The Honorable Member Mr. Dev said that fiscal and credit regulation would not suffice for fulfilling plans of this size, magnitude, and complexity. Stop. That is perfectly true. Stop. Note that we have no instruments. We have some instruments, but as far as I can judge, they are not adequate. Stop. On the other hand, when government applies some of these instruments and tools, there are shouts from a number of people against whatever regulation we introduced and practice. Then, sir, the question of centralization was raised. Stop. It was pointed out that planning in this country is centralized and it should now be decentralized. Stop.